restless. I am so restless. And this changing world leaves me speechless. I am lost for words, but I kept my nerve.
Welcome to the Fallen State. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. The Black Lives Matter movement is major here in the Los Angeles area. I have with me Paulette Simpson-Gipson. She is president of the NAACP Compton, California chapter. And Paulette, I appreciate you coming.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You are a minister too. Are you a reverend or a preacher? Or?
I'm a preacher.
Preacher.
I'm an associate minister at Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church.
And National Association. What is the NAACP?
You black, you don't know?
No.
National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Colored people, yeah.
We're going to pull your card.
I know. You probably won't find mine there. But let me ask, do black people need the NAACP now?
I think it's more relevant now than before.
And why?
Because with all the race issues, the KKK hasn't left. They just changed their robes. They went from white robes to black robes, then they're now judges and policemen.
And so what is the NAACP doing to stop the KKK and stuff like that? What are they doing to stop it?
So part of what we do is, in Compton, you know, the race relations with the law enforcement is not a good one. It should be better because we have mostly African-American elected officials, but the police and law enforcement does not look like the community.
But the problem in Compton is more with the blacks and Mexicans than it is with police.
Not really.
They hate each other over there.
Well, they hate each other. They're a product of their community. They've been taught that.
Who taught the blacks and Mexicans to hate one another?
Systematic racism. It's by design. They both have the same economic poverty. They have the same issues and problems. But if you have issues, for instance, if you have black gangs and Latino gangs, some of the issues with law enforcement is that they're gang members too. They just wear uniforms. But some of the law enforcement put the gangs against each other. They may take you from one set and put you in another one.
So
or they do things that make you think that another set is doing it when they're not.
You saying that white people are causing blacks and Mexicans to hate each other in Compton?
White people, and I'm not necessarily saying white people, I'm saying it's not necessarily them. The system itself.
Who is the system?
Well, it comes from white people, from the system, the government itself. I'm saying it's like they inherited stuff. For instance, the educational system in Compton, if you don't teach your children how to work to get along, they're separating everything they do. They don't learn each other's culture. Once they're taught to understand each other and their differences and accept them, they won't tend to hate each other.
Who should teach them to treat the fellow man in the right way, the system or the parents?
I think it should come from home, but I think you can only teach what you know.
Who is the system?
The system is, you say white people, but they're not necessarily in charge. Even black people, they have an ideology that they're not black. There's some black people that don't like to be around black people, or there are some black people that think they've arrived and don't think racism exists. They're part of the problem too.
What's a quote-unquote African-American thinking? What kind of thinking is that?
As for me as an African-American?
Well, you said that there are those blacks who don't think like that.
Well, because some people think that black people should be a certain way, right? Some black people think, because I made it out, I don't want to come back to Compton, I want to live in Beverly Hills or another environment, but they think that I don't really like how black people live. They think, to me, you make your environment. I have black young ladies. My oldest daughter is a school teacher in Compton, but she also studied abroad in South Africa. She studied abroad in London. She graduated with honors from Clark University, born and raised in the inner city. But like you said, from her home, we taught her self-respect, self-love.
Right.
But when she go to school, when other kids don't have the same teaching that she do, she still have to live with those kids. She still grew up in the same system.
Is she afraid for her life?
You know what? That particular daughter might be. Her way of thinking is maybe she's a little more sheltered. Now I have another daughter just the opposite of her. She went to Compton High School, grew up in Compton, so she can hang with Compton, but they could go to school in Torrance.
She's more of a gangster.
Yeah, she's more of a...
And then the other girl is more of a white woman.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, because she went to school in Torrance with the white kids. So
see that?
Yeah.
I want to go back to something. Did you know that the Mexicans in Mexico hate black people in Mexico? And that wasn't the system teaching them that. They hate them, so when they come here, a lot of them are gang members that are coming across the borders, and they're supported by the gang lords to keep the butt of black people and black gang members and stuff like that. Did you know that?
No, but that makes sense now that you say that, because but that hatred comes from somewhere. It's like if you put little kids
But
together.
it didn't come from the system in America. It came from there, from Mexico.
Well, what about the Mexicans that are born here? They still hate.
They hate black people?
But then black people hate each other. White people hate. So hate is just something that's being taught. But it doesn't matter really what country it is.
Who's teaching the hatred?
People that hate.
Like who? Is it the parents teaching them that? Or other black people teaching black people?
I think parents teach hate.
Oh, so it's not the white man then?
Because, but my parents didn't teach me to think the way I do.
They didn't teach you to hate?
No, my parents think I'm kind of a rebel.
Right.
They think that I'm like Afrocentric, like I'm like Black Panther. They didn't teach me that because my parents are just the opposite of that.
Right. So,
they're like, can we all just get along?
Right. So why did you become so radical and you had a good father and mother teaching you the right way? What happened to you?
Because that wasn't the right way. That was the submissive wrong way to accept whatever. The right way is to be able to stand up for yourself and fight injustices and don't be a coward.
Did your parents teach you not to speak up?
Well, they wouldn't do what I do. They wouldn't speak up. They just take it.
But they didn't teach you not to speak up, right?
Like if I was in school and I didn't think things was right, I would say something about it. And my mom would be like, well, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. It's like, no, it won't be okay until we make it okay. If it's wrong, we have to address it.
But it's only getting worse with you speaking up rather than getting better. You notice that?
It depends on what perspective you're looking at, if it's worse or not.
You said that the injustice is still there. Blacks are going to jail.
Well,
the Mexicans and blacks
not,
are hating one another.
Right. So your perspective is, if it's getting worse because the people are still in control that is doing what they do. For instance, in our community, with home loans and things, mortgages and predatory lenders, they're in our community more so than any other community. There are things that are allowed to happen in our community that wouldn't happen anywhere else. Law enforcement in our community, and I think it's a shame that the things that you see, human trafficking, prostitution on the street, you don't see that things in other communities, and it's not because we don't have any different law enforcement. Is it because law enforcement don't care in the Compton community and they may care in Beverly Hills or anywhere else?
That's because you people are allowing them to be that way. You're allowing
Who
that
is
to
you
happen.
people?
The blacks and Mexicans that live over there.
So what they supposed to do about it?
Get out and protest it and stop it. Be decent people and stop it. They're only doing it because the people are corrupt.
That's exactly right. And they're only doing it because they're allowed to do it. So who's corrupt? Our leaders are corrupt that work with them. Either they're corrupt or they're afraid.
Right.
Law enforcement is a tough gangsters.
Right, but they don't have to be if the citizenry were tough. But they're not tough. They're immoral. They're morally bankrupt. So if the people are corrupt, then the government will be corrupt.
Well, if the government is corrupt and the people are scared or weak, a lot of them don't know what to do. A lot of them, like our elders, believe that you should respect, and they were taught to respect law enforcement no matter what. But you can cooperate with the police, do whatever you're supposed to do with the police, and you could still wind up in jail or dead.
Right, but if you were decent people over there, you would hold press conferences. You would get the attention of the media, so the media can get the attention of the public, and something will be done.
Well, I guess I'm really a decent person because I hold press conferences all the time. But just like I hold a press conference, the media may come and media may not come.
Right.
Depends on what they think is important or not. So some things that the media perception makes a big difference too. So you can have, like just what happened. We had a young man get killed on 108th and Western. You see the different perspective. I had a gang member got killed in Compton. You see a different perspective. The media don't come out, but if the police get killed, they come out. Even if that police is corrupt, dirty, or whatever, then they holler, oh, blue lives matter. Yeah, blue lives do matter. All lives matter, but some lives are taken at an alarming rate and not considered at all.
Black Lives Matter, is that a good organization or evil?
Well, I don't think it's an evil organization. I think it's a necessary organization.
Is it good?
I think it's good. I'm not declaring that people should go around killing police, and I'm not declaring that,
But
thinking
that's
that we
what
should
they are.
declare. All of them don't think that way.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They don't denounce
Every
it.
black man.
They don't denounce it. So they're going along. They think that way because if they didn't think that way and agree with it, they would denounce it. So all of them believe the same thing. Do you support what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it? Now. Pigs in the blanket, frying like bacon. You're the president of the NAACP. Do you support that?
No, I do not.
Did you go out and denounce it?
No, I didn't.
Do you support it?
No, I don't.
Yes, you did.
And I
Why
just seen
didn't
they
you
said it,
denounce
but that's
Why
another
didn't you
group that
denounce
said
it?
it. That's not all
Why
of them.
didn't you denounce it?
Because this is the first time somebody asked me. I do not agree with that. But just
Why
like
didn't
I
you
don't
denounce
agree
it?
with them killing police, I do not agree with police killing
But
unarmed
why
men
did
either.
you denounce Black Lives Matter?
Because they don't all think like that.
They do all think like that.
No, they don't.
Why did they denounce it then? They do agree
Now,
with
I don't
it.
know why they do what they
You're
do.
not telling me why you didn't hold a press conference and say Black Lives Matter are wrong for calling for the death of police officers. Why do you denounce
Because
it?
I just saw that today when I looked it up about them saying that, making that statement.
This is the first time you heard of it.
That statement in particular. Because there are Black Lives Matter in several different cities,
And they
right?
all have the same mentality.
Well, maybe not.
No, they do.
Because if you are an individual that go to a Black Lives Matter, I've been at rallies for NAACP where other groups have come. Black Lives Matter, New Black Panthers, the SCLC, different groups have came together
All those
for different
radicals.
issues. All of them are not radicals.
Yes, they are.
The NAACP is not radical.
Yes, it is.
Because you stand up for yourself does not make you a radical.
Well, they're standing
so
up for
if you
the
don't stand
wrong
up for
thing.
yourself,
They're standing up for the wrong things.
no, they're not standing up for the wrong thing. They're standing up for systematic racism. They stand inequality, injustice in their community,
doesn't even
lack of
exist.
jobs in their community, lack of government treating them correctly. They're not.
That doesn't
Police
exist.
brutality, racism, racial profiling. They're standing up for issues that's real in their
No,
community.
those are illusions. Those are illusions. That
A
doesn't-
dead kid in the street shot in the back and handcuffed is not an illusion.
that's not racism, though.
But they're not killing white people like
That's
that.
not racism.
What is it?
It's evil. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Well,
it's
America's just evil then. I
It's
agree
either
with you.
wrong or right. And then most of these people who are being killed or arrested by the police
Mm-hmm.
are thugs. They're not decent people.
Just because they choose to be a different lifestyle, they might be decent people. They're not
You
all of
can't
them
be
that they killed.
a thug is not a decent person.
They're not everybody they killed are thugs.
But they either resisted arrest or giving the cops problems, putting the cops on the edge. The officer needs to
Well,
protect
what about bad
themselves.
cops?
We
Are they
should-
thugs?
If they're bad, they're thugs.
Well, you got a bunch of them
But
that's
most
bad.
of the blacks who have been hurt or arrested are thugs.
No.
You
a lot of
agree,
the
right?
cops that shoot people without cause
No.
are thugs
Come
and
back.
gangbangers that are police officers that are gang members.
Come back to me. The ones who have been, the blacks who have been arrested and or killed are thugs.
Every last one of them.
I don't know of any decent one that's been done it, that's been killed or arrested. They were either resisting arrest or giving lip service or doing criminal records on their own. You can't name one decent black that was killed or arrested by a police officer.
I don't know all of their records. I just know
Right.
what the media tell us. As
And
soon
so
as
do
they
you
kill a
believe the
black
media?
person, I don't believe the media and I don't believe the police. As soon as they kill a black person, they're gonna say, oh, they had drugs in their system. Now they're gonna say they had a gun on them or in their car. They haven't even
And
checked
most
the
of
car.
the time they do.
If they plant it,
What?
yes.
If they plant it?
Are you one of the black people that think that they don't plant guns and they don't plant drugs? Do you think like that?
I mean, anything is possible, but for the most part, that's not happening.
Oh, you don't think?
Right.
If it happened one time, it's too many.
Am I white or black, since I don't think that way?
I think you in between right now. You or Oreo.
I'm an Oreo.
You might be in between right now. What you think? No, you black. Okay,
I'm black on the outside, but white on the inside.
that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where you from? That might happen.
Alabama.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, what?
you've been taught that.
Taught what?
Obey,
Obey what?
obey the white man.
Obey the white man. No one taught me that.
Oh, they didn't teach you that?
I've never
They
taught
should
that.
have.
Why?
Because it's good to obey the white man.
I'm sorry?
It's good to obey the white man. Then you won't get in trouble. Then you won't get shot. You won't be labeled a thug. When an officer come to you, you're gonna say, yes, sir, yes, master. Or will you say, why did you stop me? Is it okay to question them?
Yes.
It is
but
okay?
you can say, why did you stop me? But do not give attitude. Follow the instruction of the police officer, and you can walk away.
And that's a good thing. And
But the
and
blacks
nothing
are
would
not
happen to you
doing
if
that.
you do that. Nothing would happen, right?
Right.
Okay,
Do
I
you
want to
agree
ask
with
Sandra
that?
Bland.
What?
I want to ask Sandra Bland what happened.
Sandra Bland?
I wanna
She
ask you what
acted
happened.
out.
Because
She wouldn't
questioned them?
follow instructions. She would give a lip service. She
Because
didn't
she
want
asked
her hand
questions?
to. She didn't want to be arrested.
Well,
And
she didn't do anything wrong.
She committed suicide. The officer did not kill her. She had already tried, according to all the reports, she had tried to commit suicide prior to going to jail. And once she went to jail, nobody came to get her. She called her folks. Nobody showed up. She ended up, and there was a witness who said she committed suicide. You don't believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
So you just don't want to believe the truth.
That's the truth.
You'd rather believe a lie over the truth, right?
I don't know that's the truth. I'd rather believe that she did not kill herself. I believe she was
Why
killed.
would you rather believe a lie?
I don't think that's a lie.
No, it is.
No, I don't think that's a lie.
Let me ask you this.
Well,
Now,
so the Ezel Ford killed himself?
all those people are thugs.
Just because they're a thug, they don't deserve to be killed.
Thugs put themselves up to be killed. That's why they call
then how
thugs.
come-
Aren't you concerned that, or are you concerned that this is not happening to decent black people? It's only happening to the bad ones. Have you ever
It's not
wondered
just
about
happening
that?
to the bad ones. You have decent black men that police will target and racial profile, come to your own house. They may, it depends on what neighborhood you live in. They may stop you, they may question you, wondering why you're in the neighborhood. That just happened in Chicago.
They
We have to
thought they
look
were
that
at
up.
the wrong house, so they're looking out for the neighborhood.
Is that what they were doing?
Isn't that the right thing to do?
No. You should know your neighbors.
You should
Don't
look
be
out for
afraid
your
of them.
neighborhood.
You should know your neighbors are. If the black neighbor live next to you, it could be
But you don't
different.
know
should
everybody
know.
that's coming in and out of your
Well,
neighborhood.
then you just don't call the police and say, there's a black man with a key going into his own house.
But why not?
Because mind your business.
Wow. So you don't look out for your neighborhood?
I know my neighbors. I wouldn't think it was strange for somebody to come. I know my neighbors. Police brutality is real.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is
It's
real.
an illusion.
No,
It
it's
is
not an illusion.
real. It is not real. I promise you that.
And I promise you, it is real.
So you are the president of the NAACP, right?
Yes.
In Compton.
Yes.
And you're a minister.
Yes.
Are you a woman of truth?
Yes.
And how do you know you're of truth?
The word of God is the only truth that we have. But man is a human man on all sides is subject to sin, subject to hate, subject to lie.
So you think that you are a woman of truth because you know how to quote the Bible?
No, I don't think I'm an honest woman because it's a lifestyle. Now, I ain't said I don't lie. Everybody
You lie?
including you.
Do you lie?
Sometimes.
You lying now?
Not right now. Maybe tomorrow, but not right now. Try me tomorrow, though.
So if you are a liar, how are you an honest woman? And a preacher woman?
Because God is so good, he even saved a wretch like me.
But God said don't lie.
Yeah, all the time.
No, he didn't say all the time. He said don't lie.
Oh, but sometimes you can lie.
No,
Because he didn't
period.
say all the time. But he said
No,
sometimes.
all the time. Don't lie
But he
means
said
don't ever
nobody's
lie.
perfect but him.
No. Stay with me. God said don't lie.
Uh-huh.
And if you say you're a preacher and you're an honest woman, why do you lie?
Because sometimes I lie when I need to, but maybe
When
that's
do you
not
need-
right. And I just say, you know what, God is so faithful to forgive. So when I lie, I say, Lord, please forgive me. And he's like, faithful to forgive. Like when you lie.
So
he's
I don't
faithful
lie.
to give. You
I don't
lying
lie.
right now when you tell me that
No.
when you tell me that the police only killed thugs, you know that's a lie because they killed a 6-year-old in the car with his dad, shot the car up. That was a police officer. That 6-year-old was not a thug.
He was in the car with a thug daddy.
So that make it okay?
The
Do you
daddy
know?
put the child's life at risk, not the police.
You almost sound wasting them fools that's killing the police. You talking about it's okay to kill that 6-year-old.
I didn't say it was okay.
Oh.
But it's not the police fault that the father put the child's life at risk knowing that he was a thug.
It's the police fault that you didn't check and see you shooting a kid and shooting the dad.
He's not supposed to check that. The police officers are to protect the good people from the bad.
So you didn't
They're
protect that baby?
They're not psychologists and
They need to be.
No, they don't.
They got to be trained a little bit different.
No.
Because just explain this to me then. How can why are they killing all the black thugs, but you ain't killing the white thugs? You get white men shooting up the police and they carrying them out, go get the gun and handcuff them and walk them on out.
Well,
Probably take her to McDonald's and have a burger on the way.
There are more white people being killed by police than blacks.
They probably doing more.
And the only difference is the media, to keep people like you angry and confused, They're showing the blacks all the time
Oh,
to
the
keep
media?
you brainwashed.
The media?
Yeah,
The
online,
media
these
misconstrue
cell
stuff?
phones. Yeah, the media.
The
They're
media?
using you.
Your show don't do that. It's a good show, right? It don't do that.
Don't do what?
Misconstrue and change the
No, we
facts.
tell the
and-
truth
and-
here.
And you always tell the truth
Yes.
and you don't mess up the facts.
Right, not at all. Because I want black people to see reality so that they can be free.
And what's the reality?
I got to ask you that black people are suffering not because this phony idea of police brutality,
Mm-hmm.
but due to the lack of moral character and the destruction of the family.
So
Do
are
you
you
agree
black?
with that?
Are you black?
As the ace of spades. Why do you ask me if I'm black? You see I'm black.
My eyes could be deceiving me sometimes.
Why do you ask me
Because
if
when I see police brutality, now I might think my eyes are deceiving me. My eyes really don't believe what they see.
Why do you
My
ask me if
lying
I'm
eyes.
black?
I was just curious.
Why?
Because you asking me, you telling me all about the black people, and they don't have morals, and they don't have this, and that's why they're in this position that they in. Like, so you must be in the same position, because are you black?
I'm black, but I'm not in that position. I overcame immorality
How'd you do that?
by asking God to forgive me. Repent.
So you're going to be perfect from now on?
Yes, I'm working every day. I'm getting there.
You don't,
Even right now,
You get in there or you there?
I'm there. It's being perfected all the time.
So, when you fall short, what then?
I don't fall short.
You don't fall short, so
No.
you're the perfect man.
Yeah, I'm being
Now, I
made
got to
perfect.
reread my Bible.
I'm
'cause it
being
says
made
that
perfect by
perfect.
not falling short.
Oh, okay. I got to reread my Bible. Because I understood as long
You
as on
had
this
too
side,
much
you start
Bible
to see.
already. That's why you're not seeing things clearly.
I had too much Bible. I better get a different kind of Bible then.
It's fuel your intellect, and it's keeping you away from the common sense that comes from God.
No, it's keeping me from believing foolishness that come from man, because I understand that things happen. I understand that things are reality that maybe some people don't want me to understand, and they don't want my eyes to see the truth.
What is sin?
Sin is actions that are against God.
What
in
is-
your thoughts and in your actions. So even if you don't act it out, you tell me you don't ever have a bad thought?
Sin is not your thoughts or your
You
actions.
sin in action indeed.
No,
It's
that's
against-
not sin. When you play God, you're sinning. And as a result of that, you're separated from God, and then you pick up all these other bad things from the world, like sex, drugs, lies. But when you stop judging, stop playing God, know that you're not God, then those things, you reconnect with your Father, Creator, and then those things start to fall away. Black Lives Matter is built up or founded by a group of radical black lesbians and radical black homosexuals. Do you approve of that?
I don't approve of homosexuality. But like you said, I'm not going to judge, because I'm not going to make sure that
Oh,
I'm
now
judging.
you're not
Yeah,
judging.
now I'm not going to judge, because you said I'm learning. I'm learning from you. Don't do that, so I'm not going to judge them.
Well, you know what I
Because-
mean by judgment, right?
Help me out. Tell me some more.
What do you think
This is
judgment
learning
means?
for me.
What do you think judgment means?
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
No,
because
tell
I
me
wanna
when you
learn.
hear the word judgment, because you're now saying you're not judging. What does judgment mean when you hear that?
Because you said, based on what God does not want us to do, God does not want us to judge. So I'm just basing it on what you said God does not want us to do. Now,
But
if-
you don't know what it means?
No, you said don't judge. Don't do, whatever they do is okay. Whatever you do
That's
is
not
okay.
what I said.
Whatever anybody does is okay, because that's like judging them, right?
So will you stop judging the white man?
I got some white friends. You know, there's an old saying. Every time somebody asks my white friends, they got a black friend, right? They mean they're not prejudiced. So yeah, I got a lot of white friends.
So will
I
you
don't
stop
judge all
judging
white
white
people the
people?
same.
Will you stop judging white people now?
Yeah, I think they're all good people.
And will you stop judging the police?
Yep, I think they're all good.
Judgment simply means don't hate. You see injustice,
I don't
but
hate
don't
them.
hate injustice. You still deal with it, but don't hate it.
But I don't hate white people,
Yes,
because
you
like I
do.
said, there's some.
You're
No, I don't.
blaming
I just
white-
know there's good white people.
you're blaming
and there's
white
bad
people
ones.
for the
There's
dis-
good black people and there are bad ones.
You're blaming white people for the failure of black people.
Did we go through slavery?
Did we-
Was slavery real, or did I imagine slavery too? Was that real?
But that has nothing to do with what's wrong with black people now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
Because when I was growing up, blacks were more people, and I grew up on a plantation under the Jim Crow laws down in Alabama. We had families, we had grandparents, we worked, we treated people the way we liked to be treated. We knew that all white people weren't bad and all black people not bad, so we treated each other accordingly. And so
And
now,
that's how I was raised.
and now,
my mom is like that.
but then you don't act like it. You're encouraging the hatred of black people.
How you gonna say I don't
by-
act like that? I treat people nice.
No,
I treat white
but you're
people
encour-
nice. Black people, Mexican people, I treat
But
everybody
you
nice. I'm not
encourage-
killing nobody.
But you're encouraging other black people to
I'm not encouraging
blame
you to kill
their
people.
failure.
Stand up for yourself.
But then that's not what you should be encouraging them to do.
Yes, I
As a
should be.
preacher, you should be encouraging them to overcome their anger by
Yeah.
forgiving their mothers and grandmothers for turning them away from their fathers. It's the mothers
Well,
and
I'm glad my husband's in the home. My husband's in the home.
But for those
So-
that don't have that, it's the black mothers and black grandmothers that cause these kids to become angry. And instead of showing them how to forgive,
I was raised
you
by
have
a single woman. I didn't
NAACP.
hate no black man. I didn't hate my dad.
But your mother was a decent woman the way you sound, because she doesn't like what you're doing. But you have the
That's 'cause she
NAACP.
don't have the courage that I have to stand up for myself.
No, she sounds like a decent woman.
She is. She's a beautiful woman.
Right. But
She
then
just
she's
taught me to be a
disappointed
strong
in
woman.
you.
Oh no, she's very supportive of me because she know I'm a strong black woman that believe in myself and believe in the black man that I'm married
If
to.
you were a
and the
strong
black
woman,
family.
you wouldn't be encouraging the other blacks to hate cops.
I'm not teaching blacks to hate them.
Yes,
hate
you
cops.
are.
No, I'm not. 'Cause
You're
I
not-
don't hate. As a matter of fact,
You're not telling them that the cops are not their problem. That is, they got to get over that anger.
some cops are their problems. When I have young men on the street corners coming from school and the police are just jacking them up.
You make it
harassing
sound
them,
like sweet
coming
young
from
men.
school.
These are not nice
These
young
are
men.
good kids. If you get when I have 5 football players coming from football practice in a uniform being put over by the police, asking them what set they from, questioning them, why are you putting them in a set? They come from school, you see their uniform on. That don't make them in the game, but you want to make them like that.
But because so many are, and the adults are refusing to do anything about it, the cops have to check all people.
Don't
The
make
good-
excuses
the
for
good
bad
have
cops,
to
racial profiling, and bothering kids. That's an
The
excuse.
good have to suffer with the bad.
No.
Yes, they do.
Well, then that's why some of the cops are getting killed. Some of the bad cops are suffering with the good cops. Other
Black
we
people
just said,
hate.
treat us right.
But no, you
Oh,
got
black people are the ones that hate?
right.
See, there you go again with that.
Black people are the most hateful people on this side of heaven. That's
I don't
why
agree
they're
with you.
suffering.
And that is not true.
That is why they're suffering.
Black people are some of the most loving and accepting people on this planet.
And that's why
everybody treats them the way they do, because they know that they can tell black people will say they forgive them.
No, you
they
got
can do
it
what they do to
backwards.
black people.
Black people hate. That's why they're killing one another. Are they killing each other out of love?
Black people are not the only one killing each
Are
other.
they killing each other in black on black crime?
So
Is
black
that-
on black crime is the only crime you see.
is
There's
that
no
out-
white on white
no.
crime.
Black on black crime, is that out of
And
love?
Latinos don't kill Latinos.
Black on black crime, is that out of love?
No, that's out of hate.
Would a loving people do that?
I don't kill, so I'm a loving person.
Would
I'm
a
black.
loving people do that?
No, and I don't
Then
kill.
I
I'm
rest
loving.
my case then.
No, I'm black and I'm loving. Your case is not rested until you get this straight. Black people don't kill. All black people don't kill.
Most do.
No, not most. Do.
Yeah.
No, do you kill?
Black on black, I'm not most.
I don't
Let me ask you
kill.
this. Illegal aliens are coming into the country like 90 going north. The borders are wide open. They're ending it up in the inner cities first. And they are bringing crime and drugs. They're taking over the public school system. They're taking the day labor work from black
You got that from
people.
Trump?
They're taking day labor work. No, I know this for myself. I work in the inner city. I live there. They're taking work from the blacks. Are you okay with illegal aliens coming in and doing that to the black people? You're the NAACP, National Organization for the Advancement of Colored People. Are you okay with the illegal aliens coming in and having that type of negative impact on black people?
So if they're coming in and getting these jobs, they're not giving them to themselves.
Are you okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with people discriminating and not giving blacks jobs, but I'm okay with
No.
people coming in that want to work and getting jobs.
So you're okay with the illegal aliens crossing over to the border and having that negative impact on black people?
They're not having a negative impact on black people.
No, you're not asking
They're
a question.
coming here to work like anybody
Are
else.
you okay with that? You're the head of the
I'm
NAACP.
not okay with people that's giving them the jobs over blacks.
Are you okay with the illegals coming in?
I'm okay with people coming in for a better way of living, yes.
Are you okay with the illegal aliens?
I'm okay with immigrants coming in.
How about illegal aliens?
I'm okay with immigrants coming in for a better life.
How about illegal aliens?
I don't know any illegal
You a
aliens.
preacher woman. You said you was honest. No, you said you lie sometimes. You're not honest.
We don't
But-
well, I don't think they're aliens. I think they're immigrants. Like they're black
But they are
immigrants.
aliens. They're coming
not
in
aliens.
illegally from a foreign
Well,
country.
they open up the border, let them come up here freely.
So are you okay with that?
Yes.
With the illegals coming in?
Yes.
Are you okay with the negative impact that it's having on black people?
They're not having a negative impact on black people.
They-
It's the people that give them the jobs or ship the jobs to other countries, like Trump. Those kind of people that
Are
ship
they
the jobs.
overcrowding the public school system? And you're
Yes.
wrong about Trump. They are overcrowded, right?
The school systems are overcrowded. But why
by
don't we
the
invest more
illegal,
money in it?
by the illegal aliens, right?
No.
By the Mexicans.
In some areas.
By the Mexicans, right?
In some areas.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with them coming here, going to school.
And
Yes.
overcrowding the blacks and just pushing them out. You're okay with that?
Well, if they're pushing the blacks out, blacks are going to white
No,
neighborhoods.
are you
then,
okay
right?
with that?
Yes.
Are you okay with them taking the day labor work from the blacks?
No, this is what I think. They doing work that probably blacks wouldn't do.
Are you okay with them taking the day labor work from blacks?
No, I'm not okay with our government not having corporations come here.
I need
and
you to
not go
answer the question
overseas.
because of time. Are you okay with the illegal alien taking the day labor work from black people?
No.
You're not okay with that. Are you okay with them in these county facilities, medical centers, hospitals, that the illegals are overcrowding those areas too, where the citizens have to wait in long lines or not even see a doctor for a long time? Are you okay with
So
the
who's
illegal?
making it hard for us to get those
Listen.
resources?
Are you okay with the illegal aliens doing that to the black people?
But it's not them doing it to the black
You're
people.
not. They are doing it.
They're not the ones that's doing it. Our government is
Are-
allowing it to happen when we
But
don't
how
give the
the
resources
government
that we
allow-
need.
Okay, so
'Cause
why
they're
don't the
American
NAACP fight to put a big, beautiful wall around the borders to stop the flow so that blacks can finally have a chance in the urban areas to pull themselves up? Why
So
don't
you
you
think
guys?
that you think
why
it's
don't-
only blacks' responsibility to build a wall?
Why
Because they're
don't-
only affecting blacks.
Why don't the NAACP fight for that?
Are they only affecting blacks?
You're not answering the question. Why
No,
is
wait,
it?
no. Are you? Do you think they're only affecting blacks
You're
when
not
they
answering
come?
my question. Why is it that the NAACP won't fight to put a big, beautiful wall around the borders to at least stop the flow so that blacks can
so
have
then
a
we have to
chance?
ask our national president that, because I'm only over little bitty Compton. So our national president will have to decide about that
Are
national
you
issue.
for-
But
as
I
a-
don't think that's a black issue.
As the
putting wall back.
president of the NAACP living in Compton, California, which is blacks and Hispanic, which are blacks and Hispanic, are you in support of putting the head of the chapter of the NAACP, are you in support of putting a big, beautiful wall around the borders so that we could stop the flow and give blacks
No,
a chance?
I'm not.
You're not. So you're not for the blacks then?
I am for blacks.
Not if you're not for that.
I am for blacks.
No,
But
you're
I don't
not.
think they are enemies. I
You're
don't
not,
think that's
because
the
you're
enemy.
an
I don't think the
organization
immigrants
for
coming in this
black
country are
people.
immigrants.
Let me ask you this. The NAACP support a woman have an abortion if she wants,
They support a woman's right to choose.
right? They support same-sex marriage,
They do.
right? Illegal aliens coming into the country.
They support immigrant rights. Yes, they do.
Are they in support of the criminals being released from prisons and jails back into the urban, back into those areas?
So it depends
So
on
how are they helping black people if they're like everything you're for is against black people? How are
that ain't
they
everything they stand
advancing?
for.
How are they advancing black
that's
people?
not everything they stand for.
How are they advancing black
Because
people?
when you fight for justice and equality in our school system, when you want an equal opportunity for our kids to learn so they can advance, go to
but
same
if
colleges,
you
have every
stop the flow of
opportunity.
illegals, that would advance them.
No, if they get a decent education, if they fight for money to be put in our educational system, if they fight for our education to be equal as anyone else,
Don't you see that if they put a wall around the borders, that's going to
And that's
solve
gonna
some
solve
of the
all the
problems?
problems?
It's going to solve some of it. Don't you see that?
no, I don't see that.
You do not see that.
No.
What is it like to say that you are a preacher? And I see this in a lot of black preachers. To say that you're a preacher and you're representing God, which is truth and love. What is it like saying that you're that, but not living that, not a living example of that? How do you convince yourself that it's all right to be a liar, but say that you're of truth?
Well, you know, let me tell you, I understand nobody's perfect. I understand that. Not me, not you, even though you say you are. That's a lie, because the Bible says that only the word of God is true. Every man be a lie. If you are a man, you a lie. Because everybody sins and comes short. But God is faithful.
Even
to
after
it.
they are
So you
born again?
press- So no, everybody
Even after
press.
they are born again?
After you're born again, you still subject to sin.
What? You don't hear yourself.
You said the sin was judging and hating and all of that. That's not sin.
That is sin.
That's not sin, just judging.
But you still didn't answer my question. How do you rationalize
That I'm a work in
that
progress.
you call you're a preacher
I'm a work
from
in
God of
progress.
truth, but yet you support the lie? How do you
I'm a
rationalize?
work in progress. I'm
Oh,
not
so you
supporting
tell
a lie.
yourself
Because
you're a work in
because
progress?
I said that
Will
I'm a
you-
good, godly woman that's decent.
When
I
the-
serve my community. I'm president of the NAACP. I'm also a minister, but I don't rob people and steal and kill
So
people.
will you
I
go
don't
out there
condone
and
that.
denounce Black Lives Matter now that you know that they're chanting kill cops?
That's one group.
Will you go and denounce that?
I haven't heard anybody say that.
You say you found out today that they were
I
doing
saw
that.
the media. I saw the article.
Right.
But I'm saying, what about
Will you
what about
denounce
LA
it?
Black Lives Matter?
Will you
I haven't
denounce-
heard them say
All
that.
you're doing is, will you denounce it?
I'll denounce anybody that wants to kill the police because I'm
So
not.
you'll
for
hold a
that.
press conference and denounce Black Lives Matter?
I'm not going to denounce Black Lives Matter.
You
I'll
see?
denounce anybody that says kill the police because
Did
we're
you-
not condoning that.
Did you have fun?
Huh?
Did you have fun?
Yes.
You had fun today?
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast. That's why people. Kelly, what you do this to me for?
That is your chance to be rude.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time.
I have men who think that they're women and women who act like men. Would you want to end up in a foxhole with a drag queen?
Absolutely. Have you ever been in a foxhole, Jesse?
No.
Do you have any clue what you're talking about? Well, I don't think you would wind up in a foxhole because you don't have the ability, it seems, to serve alongside people who are capable instead of judging them by how they dress.